I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Sure.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Hello everybody, it's the Gaming Corner here, and today we're going to be playing the last part of the Stanley Parable. Let's just go get into it. Wait, this button's lit up. We could go back up. Haha.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
Okay, Bucket, we could do that.
The bucket said nothing.
Oh, Bucket said nothing. Okay, Stanley, we could do that. Let's show him the number 3. It's a fun number. Don't you agree? Alright. There we go, Bucket.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
Okay,
Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him?
It's just number 3.
Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
I need more 3s. I guess there's gonna be no more 3s. Fine, let's go back, okay. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about the importance of that number. Oh well.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Perhaps he didn't. Can we show him again? Yes, we can. Go back up, Bucket. You do not escape this.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
What? Do you have some hatred for the number 3, Bucket? Too bad. We're doing this again. Bucket, bucket, bucket. Here, let me show you.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears, and the whole time he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Aw, Bucket, you made Stanley sad. I thought you were his friend. What is wrong with you?
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Can we do it again? Yes, we can. Let's go, Bucket. Maybe it didn't say anything this time. Maybe it will once we're up here.
Ah, said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over.
I don't think a lot of people
He
would
would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's.
Okay.
And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Well, this is different.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further.
Okay.
When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
You want, Papa? Stanley, you got this. 3. We've got our own chair.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Oh, we even got a magazine of ourselves. That's cool, and a book. Alright, buddy. Don't mess this up. I forgot where's that from. I know it's from I know that it comes from a video. I think it's like a creepypasta or something. I know it's another, like, a YouTube channel. I watched it a long time ago.
There was no one here.
Oh.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. Mm-hmm. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Poor Stanley.
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly.
Stiggly Wiggly.
Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Okay.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here.
Okay.
And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay. At least I collected them. I thought there was supposed to be a reward for it. But I guess that's not true. This is weird.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things.
Okay.
It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Sure.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Sure.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
We can do
Just
that.
one more time.
This is always a nice place. Just please don't go into that dark place where you looked at all the reviews. Please. I don't want to spend billions of years in that one place again. Interesting. Oh, something was here before, wasn't it? I guess we're going downstairs now, like in a creepy basement.
Here's
Okay.
where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7 out of 6. How can we get 7 out of 6? That's more than the amount that... Okay. Oh, we're gonna go to the bathroom now?
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley.
Yeah,
I'll
nothing
be
wrong about
honest.
that.
Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let
Really?
alone 6. but you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Okay. Cool. At least I do that. Boss's office.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
Stairs. Right there.
No. Under the stairs was the fourth place you found a Figanley, not the third.
Oops.
Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they?
I
You
guess.
know what? If under the stairs feels like the third place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments? Let's see, what came next?
Oh, this is pretty.
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
We
I
haven't?
can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I don't think it has, but... Alright, extra ones for me. Where else are you gonna bring me? This all seems very jumbled. Ah, we found one in here.
This was the fifth mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Okay. The low quality. Thank you, narrator. Yes, it's mini stand number 5. Found it near the cargo lift. Yes, I did. Thank you for making this video, narrator. Directed by the narrator, edited by the narrator, music, everything by the narrator. Starring Stanley. A narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Yeah, that checks out. 8 minutes for that quality. Alright. Good job, narrator. You're making this in type of like a little maze or not. Oh, this is the one I just found.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible,
Yeah.
the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind,
just did it.
perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Oh, they're going to the same doors. Alright. Not much of a choice there, but alright. This is a different... You're seeing what I see now. I'm in the present.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Aw. Bye-bye, Memory Zone. I won't forget you.
No,
wait, what?
no, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on.
You're not?
Stop the loading screen.
Oh.
Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the
Okay.
Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
We can't do this over and over. It's just gonna mess it up, right?
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's
Yes.
keep going. I want more.
You really want to stay here, don't you? Okay.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yes, I remember the video. Okay, at least it's faster now.
Yes.
Thank you for the recap.
I love that video.
Alrighty. Let's go back through here and go into this pretty pink room with an apple on a pedestal.
Still don't remember the pink room,
Me either.
Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Very tranquil. Just wish there was a little more plant life in here, but that's okay. Down the stairs we
These
go.
really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Okay. Let's speed through this one and see the last one, I believe. Yeah. What happens if I go over here to the boss's office, though? Nothing. Okay, fine. I'll go over here. What, not even a quib? Okay. Very ominous down here, though. What was the... I don't know.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep
Because it can't
going.
be in the past forever.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Collect them all. It's... okay. Now we're over here. Yes, this is how it started. It's all getting fuzzy now. It's not like the big place. Oh, here's the
Look,
jumping
it's
circle.
the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
You can't give me more. Oh. Narrator, you can't give me no more jumps. Fine. Let's move on then.
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Do you want me to choose either, or do they go the same? They go the same way. Fine. My cozy office.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yes, that's where it all started. Now,
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
I don't think so.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
You can remember what?
Yes, I'm remembering something now.
You are?
I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different.
You were different?
I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely?
A figment of your
Perhaps
imagination?
that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction.
I'm not real.
I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
Oh, that means I'm not gonna
I did enjoy telling this
exist.
story so very much. Okay, here we go.
Alright.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Wait, what's this? Epilogue. That's different. It's an epilogue. Many, many years later. Aw, you put me back here. Am I really just stuck in this dry freaking desert for an eternity? Why does the epilogue put me here? I'm going towards the sun. Don't know if there's gonna be anything out here anymore. Been how many years? Who knows at this point? Everything's just dust and sand. And now darkness. Did the sun explode? Interesting. I guess we found a chair, so we made fire. Don't know how we found the wood though. There's no trees around us. But I guess we could enjoy it. Nice, relaxing fire at the end of time, under the stars, and oh, now it's not so relaxing. There's a freaking dust storm with chairs everywhere. Guess we can't do anything about it now. Just walk into the distance. What a beautiful moon. So big and bright. Well, this looks nice. Pretty sunset. Or sunrise. Could be either, to be honest. Oh. We came back here to the memory zone. What's that over there? Hold on. So I'll be over there in a minute if it doesn't cut out. I want to see what this is. My bucket! Yes! My original bucket's back! I got you, buddy. How long have you been sitting there? Must have been very, very, very boring and lonely. But now it's just gonna be the two of us, buddy, okay? Ah, the generator's rolling. Surprised it still works. Is the narrator here? Ooh, that's a little odd. Oh, the memory zone has been filled in with sand. I could go through here, just the two of us, if he's not here. See what's left of it, at least. Memory zone must be so tranquil. Light still works over here, a little bit, which is odd. Follow this wire. What's this? Oh, it's Cookie9. He has a blog. Like so many, I enjoy time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with the sequel, really. Where the first game seemed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, inspired, and often insulting to the fan base. Seriously? You know what? I don't care about this. I don't care about what you think. It's a good game, and I love this bucket. So you could go to where? Go away. Oh god, there's another one. Oh, are you gonna say Jim?
Jim.
Yep.
Jim.
Yep.
Jim.
Every single one. Alright. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-off, no more Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. But I want the narrator back. It's a really good game. It would be fun if there's more. Or maybe even a different game entirely that has like a similar thing. Because it is pretty nice. They'll say name, I'm guessing. Is there gonna be another collectible? Ooh, a lot of collectibles. Yay. Mine. They're all mine now. Your guys are coming with me. And the bucket. Safe and sound. Let's go into this ominous deep tunnel. With no way knowing where we're going. Oh, we're back into the office now. Oh. Put our head right into the computer. Hello again. It's nice to see you. Oh, guys, I know I haven't shown you this, but there was a thing, like, before I even started the game most of the time, where this guy would talk to me and, like, move the sliders and stuff. I didn't think it was that interesting. Just because it was just text and stuff like that, but here he is, or whatever. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense! Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw that legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let's let it burn. It's not hard, in fact. Let me show you. Together, we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game title and screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining our random words together and make a new title for the game. Okay. Saturday night. Attack on telephone. The Stanley Parable 3, Attack on Telephone. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that, but that's boring. It'll just be the same content recycled over again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say in it as well. No. I understand. Sometimes we're not ready to move on. That's fine. If you ever change your mind and want to start inventing new sequels, come talk to me. I'll be right here. Thank you guys for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed the series of the Stanley Parable. I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.